come on dais. Now sir, please escort it. Respected seniors in professions, my fellow colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I wish you all a happy Constitution Day. Today we have gathered here for the fourth study circle meeting for the year 2015-16. Friends, we have already started the preparation of VAT audit, but every year we are facing new problems, new difficulties. For that, it became inevitable to study the provisions of law relating to the MVAT audit. For that, we have arranged a lecture series on the subject Intricate Issues under MVAT audit, and we have learned chartered accountant Mayurbhai Parekh. I request you all kindly welcome Sri Mayurbhai Parekh with loud applause. And now the pleasant task to introduction of today's speaker. It is again a pleasure to introduce today's speaker, C. Mayurbhai Parekh. He is a fellow chartered accountant and Bishop. He is a proprietor of Mayur Parekh and Associate and practicing since last 24 years. He is an ex-president of Celtax Practitioner Association of Maharashtra. He is a chairman of Finance Committee and General Committee of the Celtax Practitioner Association of Maharashtra. He is a member of Indirect Tax Committee of Chamber of Tax Consultant. He has written various articles on VATs, Works Contract, CST in Celtax Review published by STPM. He is a regular column writer from the code in Celtax Review published by the STPM. He has delivered various lectures on VST Act, Works Contract Act, CST Act at various courses and study course circles meetings conducted by STPM as well as in various seminars conducted by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and study circle meeting conducted by various study circles of WIRC of ICAI. He has delivered various lectures on VAT and VAT audit at various trade associations as well as at various seminars and study circles meeting conducted by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and STPM. He has written a paper at non-residential referential course Mumbai as well as residential course at Delhi and Calicut, held by STPM Association. He has awarded, he won the award for Best Paper Writer in Residential Reference Course at Delhi. Second, he is a Best Speaker at Study Circle meeting held by STPM in the year 2011-12. Third, Best Column Writer for the Celtax Review published by the STPM in the year 2013-14 and Special Appreciation Award given by the Celtax Practitioner Association of Maharashtra for 2 consecutive years, 2013-14 and 2014-15. I again humbly request you all kindly welcome Sri Mayurbhai Parekh with loud applause. Thank you. I request President Sri Vijay Sachi Sir to offer a flower bouquet and a memento as a mark of love to Sri Mayurbhai Parekh. For further proceeding, I request to our President take a charge.
Friends, as Convener has rightly said, today is the Constitution Day. Friends, we know that today basically is the birthday of father of the Constitution, Sri Baba Saheb Ambedkar. And on that occasion, this day has been now celebrated throughout India as the Constitution Day. On this auspicious day, now today we are holding the study circle meeting, and that on the subject of audit, which is every year we are facing the audit. We have to do every year audit, and every year we hold this study subcommittee on this subject. Almost Mayur Bhai, today's speaker, learned speaker, has given various lectures, and basically on this audit subject to throughout Maharashtra. So we don't find any best person other than Sri Mayur Bhai, and that is our fortune. And so therefore now I request Sri Mayur Bhai to proceed further and have talk on the audit, intricate issues on audit. Sri Mayur Bhai.
The statistics practitioners from Maharashtra, Mr. Vijay Sachiv, other office bearers, seniors in the profession, and fellow participants. At the outset, I would like to thank our association for giving me an opportunity to share my views on today's topic, intricate issues under MS audit. Friends, since last 10 years, we all are doing audit, we have lot many experience. But in various audit, we come across various issues. At that time, while conducting audit, we don't have answer to that. Either at that time, we may stop up, or we may give wrong views or opinion, or we might have to consult our colleagues in the profession. So I thought it fit to consider various practical issues which we may face in our day-to-day practice by conducting audit. See, normally I take this lecture interactive in other forums because their times are more. But here, since due to limitation of time, here it may not be possible to have interactive session. So I would only raise the question and I will give the answer. There are possibilities, since it's a law, there are possibilities in some of the issues you may not agree, your view may differ. But my request is better don't debate, at least during my session, because I have considered almost 48 issues. After concluding my session, if time permits, and if you have any different view, we may discuss on the same. So my request to all of you, please don't interrupt during my session, even if you don't agree with my views. Because I am also a law student like you, though I am standing on other side. So now coming to subject proper. First issue. During the financial year, see, this issue is very basic, and recently I have incorporated this because just 2 days back in intensive study circle where I was a chairman, and this issue was arisen, and there were some different views than my view. So I thought it fit, and if some misconceptions are there in the minds of the members, it may get clear. See, during the financial year 2014-15, dealer is dealing in taxable item, which is taxable at 12.5%, and having sales turnover of rupees 1.11 crore, inclusive of VAT. Turnover is inclusive of VAT, and purchase turnover of rupees 98 lakhs, whether liable for VAT audit. Now, to give the answer, one may have to refer our definition of sales price, definition of turnover of sales, and vis-a-vis rule 57. See, in that session of intensive study circle, my view was that once your tax is included in the turnover, you have to consider the total turnover, whereas some of the members were of the view, no, you can have a deduction as provided in rule 57, and then after taking deduction, you should consider the turnover for VAT audit. Even the members, some of the members present over here might be having that different view. But then after going to my office, again I have studied this all the definition, sales price, purchase price, turnover of sales, purchase, and rule 57. I spent 3 hours for this. Whether am I wrong? My views are different than the other members what they were opining. Then after that, I came to know, considering if you refer definition under section 225, sales price. What it defines under sales price definition, explanation 2. which provides sales price shall not include tax paid or payable to a seller in respect of such sales. Same is the case in purchase price. And turnover of sales speaks about amount of sales price received or receivable. And Rule 57 provides for levy of tax. The word is for levy of tax. If your price is included in the turnover, you can go backward calculation and remove the tax, and then on basic turnover you have to levy the tax. But in my view, even see here the word sales price shall not include tax paid or payable. In my view, it is only applicable if it is charged separately. Though it is not mentioned, but if it is charged separately, you have to exclude from your total turnover, and your net turnover would be applicable. But if it is included in the price, then according to me, you can't have a backward calculation like Rule 57, because Rule 57 is for levy of tax and not for considering turnover. Even if you can refer the guidance note to MVAT audit issued by WIRC of ICAI, second edition, page 92. In that also it was opined that for levy of tax only, you should consider Rule 57 for backward calculation, and for no other purpose such deductions are available. So in my view, I may be wrong, whatever it may be, but my view is for considering turnover limit. See, forget about law. Simple example I will give you. Logically, if you think, say for example, your turnover is 1 crore and 12 lakhs. Assume 1 crore and 12 lakhs, which consists of 5% and 12.5%, and your sales turnover is say 98 lakhs. As a auditor or as a client, how we will decide whether the audit is applicable or not? Because we don't have the breakup. In that 1 crore 12 lakhs purchase, we don't have a breakup of 5% and 12.5%, because the price is included in that. So in that case, what you will do? Whether you will advise your client to reduce that, because unless and until you know. So in general, my view is unless and until you know the tax figure separately, you can't have a reduction of that for calculating turnover limit for VAT audit. Another issue. Dealer having sales turnover of 93,59,700 and purchase turnover of rupees 88,60,100. The dealer has also received stock transfer from branches outside the state rupees 15 lakh and sent to branch outside the state of rupees 3 lakh, whether liable for VAT audit or not. Now, if you remember, there was an amendment under section 61. In that, what earlier we used to consider turnover of sales or turnover of purchase. If it exceeds rupees 1 crore, it was liable for VAT audit. But there was an amendment by Maharashtra Act number 17 of 2014, dated 26 June 2014. It provides that now you have to consider not only turnover of sales but also stock transfer sent, means either consignment transfer or branch transfer sent. The word is sent, so it means you have to add that turnover in sales turnover, correct? But here nowhere mention of received. Stock transfer received is nowhere mentioned. So even though in the given example, if your turnover of stock transfer received and purchase turnover exceeds 1 crore, but still it will not be applicable because your sales turnover plus stock transfer sent is again it is below 1 crore. So VAT audit will not be applicable. Third is one dealer had opted for composition scheme for retailers for say financial year 14-15. For financial year 15-16, he has collected VAT from April to September 15 under normal system. But he forgot to intimate to the sales tax department before 31/3/50, because as we know, for change in the scheme you have to apply before the new financial year starts. But he forgot. His consultant came to know this when he gathered the data for filing half yearly return from April to September. What should he do? Because now he has collected the tax, otherwise it would be forfeited. For composition, to change over the normal system, he has not applied for change in the method. So what is the best way? Either he should do OMS purchase, but in that he might not get delivery challan or other. So So my suggestion is show URD purchase from on 1st of April. So he has contravened the condition of the composition scheme. So in my view, he will be out of the composition scheme from 1st of April, and automatically it will be converted into normal scheme. This is not provided in law. This is via media I am giving you. Practical approach. Another issue is an unregistered dealer, M of Mumbai, had imported goods worth rupees 1.10 crore and having no sales, whether liable for VAT audit under section 61 of the MVAT Act. And another is, will it make any difference if dealer M is registered dealer and had imported goods worth rupees 1.10 crore and also effected local sales of 95 lakhs, whether liable for VAT audit. So in my view, in first case, unregistered dealer, he is not having registration number. So in that case, if you remember, as on today or even in the past, in BST Act, when you go for registration, whether will you be eligible to get registration just based on 1.10 crore? No. Because section 3 provides that you should have fulfilled another condition of 10,000 taxable goods sold or purchased. And even there are judgments. And in this case, since Citus is not from Maharashtra, Citus is began from out of Maharashtra state. So according to me, this turnover will not be counted for turnover purpose for registration and vis-a-vis VAT audit. Even there are judgment of Exxon Automation Private Limited, ASA number 1244 of 1997, 10th March 2000. In that also, for the purpose of registration, imports were not to be included in the turnover of purchases since Citus was outside the state. So in first case, VAT audit would not be applicable. But suppose he holds the registration, then yes. Then he don't have the choice to exclude that turnover, because once he registered, he is liable for VAT audit. Exxon Automation, EXXON, Exxon Automation Private Limited, ASA number 1244 of 1997, 10th March 2000. The firm's turnover of sales for the financial year 46 lakh consists of VAT collected rupees 2 lakh, CST collected rupees 1 lakh, as well as labor charges of rupees 3.5 lakh. There is also a transfer of assets, that is a car worth rupees 4 lakhs to partner as his capital withdrawal, and shown under the head removal or sales of assets in the annex of fixed assets. Similarly, firm's turnover of purchase was rupees 98 lakhs. So whether dealer is liable for VAT audit. As we all are know, for considering the turnover, what exclusion would be there? We exclude VAT, we exclude labor charges, we exclude CST. So it comes below 6 lakhs, because 2 lakh plus 1 lakh plus 6.5 lakh. So it comes below 1 crore. But what would be the position of withdrawal of capital by partner of rupees 4 lakh? Whether it will be included or not. In my view, there are judgments, one under the Income Tax Act, Commissioner of Income Tax versus Hind Construction Limited, 83 ITR 211 Supreme Court judgment, as well as Bombay High Court judgment, Synthetic Supplier versus Commissioner of Sales Tax Mumbai, 13 EST 632. In that, it was told that any introduction by the partner or any withdrawal by the partner will not be treated as a purchase and sales transaction. So considering this, in my view, this 4 lakh will also not